Picture this. You walk into what should be your personal retreat, your bedroom, expecting comfort and relaxation. But instead, you're greeted by a space that somehow feels tighter, darker, and strangely stressful. Here's the twist. The problem usually isn't the square footage. It's the way the room is laid out. And today, I'm going to expose 7 small bedroom layout mistakes that silently ruin your space, and, more importantly, how to fix them like a pro. Stay with me until the very end, because the last mistake is the one even designers sometimes overlook, and fixing it instantly changes the way your bedroom feels. If you love practical tips to transform small spaces into cozy, stylish retreats, hit that subscribe button right now and join our calm and cozy homes family. One of the biggest mistakes is starting the layout with the wrong pieces. That massive dresser you inherited, the extra chair you never use, or a king-sized bed crammed into a room meant for a full size. They dominate the space before you even begin. When your furniture is out of scale, no layout will ever feel right. And how to fix it? Edit ruthlessly. In small bedrooms, every piece has to earn its place. Replace oversized furniture with compact, multifunctional alternatives. A bed with built-in drawers. A slim wardrobe instead of a bulky armoire. Or floating nightstands that free up floor space. Once you remove what doesn't belong, the layout options open up dramatically. Many people push the bed into the first spot that seems to fit, often against a short wall or crammed into a corner. The result? The room feels awkward and unbalanced, like the bed is hiding instead of anchoring the space. How to fix it? The bed should be the focal point. Position it against the longest uninterrupted wall, ideally where it's visible as you enter the room. If possible, keep equal space on both sides for nightstands or sconces. This not only balances the room visually but also makes daily movement more comfortable. Here's a subtle but frustrating mistake: arranging furniture without considering how doors and drawers open. You end up with closet doors that slam into the bed frame, drawers that can't pull out fully, or a nightstand blocked by the bedroom door. It's not just inconvenient, it slowly wears down the usability of the whole room. How to fix it? Before finalizing your layout, think in terms of swing space. Measure the arc of closet doors, bedroom doors, and drawer extensions. If the space is too tight, opt for sliding doors, swap bulky nightstands for wall-mounted shelves, or position furniture so everything can open freely. This transforms daily use from frustrating to seamless, and that's what makes a small bedroom actually livable. Placing the bed or tall furniture in front of windows cuts off natural light, and in a small bedroom, light is everything. Without it, the space feels heavy and even smaller. How to fix it? Keep window walls as open as possible. Use low-profile furniture near windows, or place the bed beneath the window with a slim headboard. Light, airy curtains let sunshine bounce around the room. Mirrors opposite windows can double the effect. Prioritize light flow over squeezing in one more piece of furniture. Most people only think about the size of the bed or wardrobe, but forget that decor also has scale. A giant chandelier in a room with a low ceiling, artwork that's too large for the wall, or rugs that stop awkwardly short under the bed can all make a small bedroom feel off balance and even smaller. It's a silent mistake that kills proportion without you noticing. How to fix it? Match decor to the room's dimensions. Choose pendant lights that don't overwhelm the ceiling height, rugs that extend beyond the bed at least 18 to 24 inches on each side, and artwork that's about 2/3 the width of the furniture it hangs above. These proportional details create harmony and make the room feel deliberately designed instead of cramped. When everything in the room sits low, short bed, low dresser, the room feels flat and squat. Small bedrooms need height to create a sense of volume. How to fix it? Draw the eye upward. Use tall wardrobes, vertical artwork, layered curtains that extend from ceiling to floor, and wall-mounted lighting. Even a gallery wall stacked vertically elongates the perception of space. Adding height balances proportions and makes the ceiling feel taller. Here's the sneakiest mistake: trying to use every single inch. Filling corners with just one more piece, stuffing walls with decor, or squeezing in furniture because it fits. The result? A suffocating room with no visual rest. How to fix it? Embrace negative space. Intentionally leave corners or sections of wall empty. Choose fewer but larger decor pieces instead of lots of small clutter. Mirrors can act as visual breathing zones by creating depth. Remember, a small bedroom feels bigger not when it's full, but when it feels balanced and airy. So there you have it, 7 small bedroom layout mistakes that quietly sabotage your comfort, and 7 smart fixes to turn your space into a functional, stylish retreat. Which one of these mistakes do you think is happening in your bedroom right now? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with a friend who's struggling with their bedroom layout, and subscribe so you don't miss the next design secrets coming up here on the channel. And here's the best part, don't go anywhere yet. Right after this, I've added a selection of beautiful bedroom images to inspire you. Watch them closely, take notes, and imagine how you can bring some of these ideas into your own space. Sometimes just seeing the right example is all it takes to unlock the perfect layout for your room.